Now, because of the emergency rule, that judgment was set aside, was kept on the bench, and to allow the local government to access funds. And that's why they appointed sole administrator in local government. He also told the Supreme Court that because there's no budget for the state government, they cannot have access to federation account. Now, assuming that the emergency rule, would local government have access funds today? Would the state have access funds today? Certainly not. So the essence of the emergency rule becomes imperative. Now, I'm coming.
I'm just conscious of that.
No, this one should take more of your time than any other one. Now, the president, in his wisdom, to bring peace and restore democratic governance in local government, came again with another regulation, which was signed in July, that this election must be conducted within 30 days because the president, from my understanding, does not want to extend the emergency rule. Because extending the emergency rule will not be palatable to the people. But then if you don't do local government election, and then you leave the emergency rule, how will local government now access funds? And when the governor cannot appoint capital committee based on Supreme Court judgment, and they cannot get money, is that not crisis in the local government? Is that not crisis? And the president said, look, we don't want this crisis again. While you are here now, conduct this election so that the democratic structure in the local government. So that as this emergency rule is being lifted, the governor comes, the assembly comes, right? And the assembly comes, and then they take care of the state. And then there's democratic structure in local government. And then they will have access to their funds. If you don't do that election now, the governor comes, the governor will give notice of 1 year by the Supreme Court judgment. And when you give notice of 1 year, you cannot set up a capital committee. And they cannot have access to the federation account. What happens in the local government?
All right, we understand all of that.
So people should, you see, people should, what if you don't have an idea? If you don't know anything, call people, what is this? What is this? It's not every day. Okay, why not challenges? Why not challenges? Emergency rule allows the president to make regulation, allows the president to suspend and modify some aspects of the Electoral Act of 2022, which he has the power.
All right, Honorable Minister, our time is fast spent. We have just about 3 minutes. You have not hidden your admiration for President Tinubu. 2027 will soon be around.
Yes.
Should the president still come from the south?
Before, where will it come from? It will come from where?
I'm asking, should.
Don't you know my position and our position?
So the question is, how fundamental is that? Because if your party, one of the reasons why you were angry with your party was because it went to the north. It went to a northern candidate. They threw it open.
Yes.
Now your party, you say things are beginning to settle there. If indeed, or when indeed they settle properly, and they zone it to the south, will you be supporting a southern candidate from your party? Or will you still be supporting President Bola?
Why not? You would have asked me. Why do I think I will continue to support President Tinubu? I would have loved that question. Let me tell you. I presented a paper in Abafuna University, and I did say the bane of our problem majorly is leadership. When you get the right leadership, things will begin to change, improve. If you bring somebody from the south and I know it does not have the leadership qualities. Take for example, every president in this country, right from 1999, had always said that oil subsidy is a scam. They believe so. You know,
President Jonathan.
I'm coming. You know, you don't know. If I do it now, if I don't do it, nobody was able to do it. Nobody. The day the man was sworn in, he didn't go to his office first. before he took that decision.
Yeah, but you just heard President Jonathan did. And it was in the cabinet you served. President Goodluck Jonathan did, and there were protests. And then he returned.
Okay, but protests. Was there no protests in this? Was there no protests in this? Has he not been able to solve the problem?
Were they as strong as...
What is strong? What organized? How do I know? How do I know? I would have known.
You're a minister.
What I'm talking about, see, let me tell you. Leadership. If you want to do something, let me tell you, don't do it haphazardly. If you know that, not temporarily, not small. Look, the president said, I am going to do this. He knows there will be challenges. He knows there will be a kind of a backlash. But he said, look, I'm going to do it. For a short time, we'll suffer it. But in the long run, we're going to benefit it. Today, look at the money each state is getting. Before, it was not. I've been taking that both step. People suffer.